Welcome to the Unfiltered Path Podcast, where we explore life's journeys without the constraints of filters. In a world that's saturated with highlight reels, we dive deep into the true essence of individual experiences, offering our listeners an uncensored glimpse into the triumphs, the struggles, and transformative moments that define us. Our mission here is to provide you hope, inspire resilience, and remind you that every path, no matter how windy or rocky, can lead to growth and enlightenment. Join us as we navigate the uncharted territories of truth, to be moved, to be inspired, and to discover that you are not alone on this unfiltered journey of life. Good morning, everyone. Trinity Baker, mindset coach and motivational speaker, taking my clients from survival mode to thrival mode in all areas of their life. Joined here with my co-host.
Hi, everyone. My name is Danielle. I'm the owner of Aerial Jade. I'm an aerialist. That's a fancy term for performing suspended in the air. I'm also an educator and organizer, so I teach other people to do it too. And we are here with our co-host.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Graham Duval. I am the owner of Valued Productions. My company produces and implements video marketing strategies to help you turn strangers into clients using content and social media and all that good digital stuff. I'm super excited to be joined with our guest today.
Hi, I'm Jamie Crane, owner of Energy Mend. I am an energy healer, and at Energy Mend, we are always trying to provide services to raise people's vibration and become more aware of their energy and how energy affects them.
Powerful
Yes.
stuff there. Powerful stuff.
I feel like that's what we all do, but like not technically.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You guys are like, so my group. Like, honestly, like my group.
That.
Right.
It's that healing thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's why like a lot of my students are nurses or caregivers of some kind. It's just a natural attraction.
Exactly.
And I get it.
And just to all our listeners, quick testimonial. If you haven't gone to check out Energy Mend, you have to do it. Like, holy smokes. Like,
thank you.
Unbelievable.
And listen,
unbelievable.
Energy Mend in Saco, Maine is really amazing, but Jamie also does virtual stuff. Like, I'm 3 hours.
Yes.
Jamie and I work together every single week.
Right.
And I believe that we need a lot of different like puzzle pieces to co-create this beautiful life that we are creating. And energy is just one of them, but it is a powerful tool. So you might be in the area of personal development. Maybe you're working with a coach or you're working with someone doing something. Energy is always something that you can add on, because then that's like a whole next level. And it is incredible what's happened since I started working with Jamie. My knowledge of energy, yes, and then I help my clients and myself and all that. But it's like an attraction. It's a whole different attraction when you come from this high energy. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think so. The whole thing, my expertise, I guess, would be really removing a lot of that darker, lower vibrational energy that's in your aura. It's in your chakras. And what happens is that we are all magnets, right? And so when we remove other people's energy, more than anything, honestly, that's when we can get sort of to that point where we're manifesting our reality, right? Because we're in tune with the universe. We are attracting, just like you said, we are attracting things because we are magnets of energy. And like what you guys do, so obviously I do alignment coaching with Trinity. I do my videos with Graham, and I haven't got to enjoy Danielle yet, because that part of my journey, I think I'm just getting on. So stay tuned, Danielle. But that it's all things that, we are manifesting our reality. Graham's manifesting my persona and my message. And Trinity is helping me keep my mindset so that even when the darker energies come in and they're not clearing all the way, they are ending up, my mind can sort of overcome some of this energetic thing. So I just feel like if I was exercising like I'm supposed to. That would be another step that would just make it so that you would end up being able to fight a lot of these energies that are out there that people just don't recognize. They don't realize how much other people's energy physically affects them, and makes it so they can't manifest their reality as well as they want to.
Oh man, that I completely agree, and it just made me think of. So I was on a coaching call the other day, and we were talking about how, people always say, when you're trying to like be your best self and everything, and it's always like mind, body, spirit, mind, body, spirit.
Right.
And the thing is your mind, it works in a way that like it just looks for problems and like looks for ways to fix them, and like that's the thing that's creating that reality. And then your body is like what Danielle says is the actual avatar, but
Right.
then the soul, that's the thing, that's the oneness that we were talking about earlier. And so when we say mind, body, soul, it's actually, we should be switching it to say soul, mind, body, because that's the way that it actually is being done. Because like when your soul is that oneness and like everything is connected and that energy is there, that then is allowing the mind to do its thing, which then goes to the physical thing, which is the body.
Right.
And so I just had that realization the other day. I was like, oh, it really is like soul, mind, body versus mind, body, soul. And it kind of is, what you just said kind of made me think of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's like something I even teach in terms of like when I'm talking about athleticism. We're always functioning 2 out of 3, or when you, it was an example in business school, and they used a mechanic, and they were like, you're always going to get 2 out of 3 things, and if you look at life like that, and then you're working towards the third to be even with the other 2, and it's pretty much going to be shifting or evolving constantly. And it was based off of the concept that you can have like quality time and something else, and you can only have 2 of the 3.
I
It was
love
a beautiful
that.
example. And it really applies with athleticism. Like right when I finally get a new trick or something, I'm learning a new one, so then I have to work on my flexibility. And then, my endurance is kind of lacking, or right now I'm on the thick side of myself. Let me be clear. I cannot button some of my summer pants. And it's okay. And it's okay because I'm functioning the 2 of the 3, and I'm aware, right? So I think that applies. But honestly, in my opinion, I don't know, like, it's just my thought. I think it's more like mind, body, gut working for the soul. And the soul is more or less that connection piece to every other human. Or we could even argue the spirit is, and then the soul is the oneness just above it. You know what I mean? But because people say heart, and so I get it, but I think that's what misleads people. And it's really the gut, because the gut controls your emotions. And so just a thought. That's what I think it is. I know body kind of, but I see body as emotion. I see gut as like actual body health. I see mind as decision making. I see the spirit as the, what we're collectively figuring out, and the soul as like the oneness that harbors the spirit.
I love that. I love that, because the gut is your lower chakras. So those are your earthly chakras that actually connect you to this earth plane, right? So we have our upper chakras that connect us up spiritually to the soul. We have the lower chakras and that connect us down to the earth. And those lower chakras, your gut, have to do with your confidence, your joy, your passion, your creativity, your safety. So those are like, you're right.
Grounding.
Those are like a whole nother ball game, right? So I love that. I think that's really cool. Definitely.
My perspective on how I use or would use soul, mind, body. And I love that order, because here's what I do. Graham and I are always talking about this, is like, creating that clarity in my business with what I do. But kind of a little breakthrough here. Here's what I teach, and my Aligned Entrepreneur program starts today. So it's at perfect time where I'm going into the details of this program, worked with entrepreneurs for years, and I've been doing this successfully for years now, but now I'm putting into a program. And here's my approach. The first 2 weeks of this 12-week transformative program is really understanding why you're doing what you're doing. And I'm not talking about that surface level why of like, well, I want to be abundant financially and I want to do something that I like. That's all great, fine and dandy, but we have to go deep, deep, deep to why Jamie is called here to help people clear her energy, why Graham is called to help people spread the message and build their brand. Why Danielle is called to teach people that they are athletes at 50 something years old or 18 years old. Why I'm here to teach people how to harness the power of their mindset. Your soul is your purpose, the soul contracts you have, the reason that you're on earth, right? So it goes away. And then we use these two things, which is your mind and your body. And to me, mindset shifts. That's harnessing the power of your mindset. That's changing your perspective. That's changing your focus. That's using mindset tools to overcome anxiety, depression, all those emotions and those thoughts are currently could be suffocating you or bringing you away from your soul, right? Because if you look at the Align Entrepreneur Program, what I'm teaching entrepreneurs and business owners at first is their foundation. Why? And then we look at the mind and we've got to identify like, where are those limiting beliefs that are going to hold you back from achieving what you're here for? And then we look at the body, and the body is the actions, right? So you can't take action in your business. I can tell Jamie, go reach out to 20 past clients today and connect with them to see if they want to come back for a healing session. But if Jamie doesn't identify the limiting belief that's going to hold her back from taking that action, and then identify why she's doing it in the first place, she's never going to take the actual action, right?
Which is Trinity's problem with me most of the time.
Why Jamie is enrolled in the Mind Entrepreneur Program, right? But because it is mastering that, and it's going back and forth, which, by the way, we got on this call and we started recording before the podcast actually recorded. And Danielle, you were sharing some information on like how these kind of your license number connects to your children's birthday, connects to someone who's significant in your life, and how synchronicities. It's universal. So here is my synchronicity. Is my name is Trinity. That means 3. And I find myself always working in 3s. And so the mind, body, soul, mind, body, whatever it is 3. I don't care what way you put it. And they're always feeding off each other. Your soul will never fulfilled, and you will never reach that highest potential of yourself if your mind is not at a place where you can do that. If you're you can't do it, or you have these limiting beliefs, or all of those things, and your body, Danielle, you'll never get someone up on an aerial silk if their mind is telling them they can't do it.
Oh my God. Even when I get them in the aerial silk and they like learn a new skill, some people can't spin backwards. So, I mean, the silliest, cutest little things. And it's just like, I feel so grateful that I get to witness people overcome. First of all, it's one of my favorite things to see with my own eyes, is seeing people overcome those things. But then it's absolutely fascinating. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like where those fear levels are and what they are. And it's starting to get very specific for me to identify. So there's like patterns, and I'm
always patterns.
Always patterns. Yeah.
Yes, very, very fascinating. Some people. So this is the one that's like very obvious. I donate my time to the art walks. So anybody, and those are more adults. That's why I'm saying this. Anyone can come try my rig. Do you know people's brain has told them that they can't even physically sit on a hoop? Oh, no, I can't possibly sit on that. Well, yeah, you can. It's like a chair. You sat on a chair earlier, right? Like, like technically, yes, you can. Let's dumb this down real low. But like oh my God, but I would never speak like that to someone. But in reality, that's what their brain's telling them. And I really have to nurture people. Sometimes I have to guide their hand to even touch the metal. I have to, like, it is insane to see. And it's like devastating because it's all adults. People that are running our communities, households, like we don't deserve to have that level of fear because we're grown. What I get picked up, right? That you can't sit on a hoop. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Okay. So you say it's devastating, right? Because we can see people's potential. It's what makes us leaders here. We can see people's potential, right? So it is devastating. But what's cool is that every single one of us is this door to shift that for someone. And so we replicate it, right? So someone may come to me for my entrepreneur program. What I teach them in the entrepreneur program for their business is going to shift the things in their personal life. Vice versa, I work with someone personal, not even touch their business, and it's going to shift their business. Graham, you're doing the same, but we're all doing the same thing here. We're just the door. And if I like
work, you have to nurture adults.
I like looking at personal development.
You know what I mean? Like, we nurture adults all the time.
No, we are.
That's what it is. It's like, and it's like, when does that shift happen? Like, where did that happen? Where the mind went from I can do anything, the child like mindset, to I can't sit on a hoop. Like, when did that happen? Like, when did I remember thinking I couldn't write a book because I'm dyslexic? Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, when did those things set in? I would love to be able to identify that more. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think that
can come from anywhere. But what's cool about Jamie is Jamie goes into like those parts of you and can identify where they're coming from.
Well, and I think that what's happening is what happens is you heal a part of you. So this whole place is a reflection of you, right? Every client you have is a reflection of you. Your children are reflections of you. You know, your partners are a reflection of you. So anything that's happening inside of you, you're reflecting out. So if you're healing, as you heal yourself, as you heal parts inside of you, that's when that shifts, right? That's when you go from not being able to sit on it to, you know, teaching other people, because you are healing all of those spots inside of you. And you can do it with mindset. You can do it with exercise. You can do it with just the confidence of looking a great way, as your persona that Graham's putting out. The one thing I suggest that happens so that you can get there quicker is to get rid of other people's energy. And that's like the biggest thing, right? Is just because other people's energy is very manipulative. It does talk to you. It does tell you things about yourself. And so if you're stuck in this, and mind you, everything you guys are doing are raising your vibration a little bit. So it's helping, right? Because what happens with this energy from other people is that the more you raise your vibration, the less it can stay. So your work is working in that capacity. So when someone comes here or on Zoom for an energy healing, for a clearing, which is like my big thing I'm doing right now, I'm really excited about with all the, the Zoom and the in-person clearings, is that I am taking all of that energy that is other people's narcissistic energy, dark energy, entities, all these energies that are sitting on you, and I can just kind of sweep them and give them to who they need to go to very quickly. And so then that gives you your personal power back. So that makes so this is what I love. That makes me then refer it to you, Danielle or Trinity or Graham, and say, this is your next step, because that's going to even get your vibration up more. So like, I feel like a lot of my work is like the starter level of let's clear out this energy. And then let's make these next steps to get to that healing that you then can now take that step to sit on the bar, because that's all it is. It's just a reflection of what's in you healing. And it will heal generationally too. So mind you, your healing you're doing now isn't just healing yourself, but it's healing your family, your parents, your grandparents, your kids. It goes front and back. So it's really cool.
It's a ripple. Tell our listeners about your healing, because you do healings virtually and in person weekly. And so like, they don't even need to know what you're talking about. They can hear the power of it and they could just come see you and not worry about the logistics.
Yes, that's true. So you mean like just individual healings or the group healings?
Both. All of it.
Yeah. So I'm obsessed with the group healing. If I could manifest my whole thing, it would be group healings, honestly, because not only are I not expensive, They're $15 and it's a meditation, but how cool. And because I think everybody has so many cool things they're already doing in life. There's all these people that are already with you guys, right? And they're doing all these cool things to raise their vibrations, to heal themselves. So if they could just get rid of that low vibrational negative energy once a week and really stay in their personal power, everything they're doing is going to be more effective. And that's what's really cool about it, because to have the gift to, and I had to go through it all and this was a reflection of me. Like all of this is a reflection of what I've been through. And that's what all your jobs are, right? It's a reflection of what you've been through. And that's why you're good at it, because you had to live it and learn it, and and now you're giving it because you've healed from all of these things that are now making it so now you can heal others with it. So that's what I'm doing, because I had to live with the hooks and the cords and the curses and the narcissistic energy and the demonic energy and the earthbound entities and anything you could think of. I've had to go through and learn, and that's why I can get them off and remove them and clear you to have your personal power back.
When are your group sessions?
So I'm just starting. I'm about to launch like 3 a week for both virtual and in person. So because for the summer, right now I'm going to be doing Monday. So my set schedule right the second that I'm talking to you, which is changing. I actually talked to my website person, Amy, after this. And so, which she heals me in a whole different way.
I feel that.
Yeah, right. So, right now it's going to be Monday from 7 to 8 online, and Thursday from 5:30 to 6:30 in person. They're 1 hour. I guide you through a quick meditation at the beginning, and then I clear and cleanse, because I can touch and feel energy. So it all comes over me really quickly. I can get anything that's low vibrational on you. And then it's kind of funny, because then like when you're doing your work, Danielle, like then people will start detoxing a lot of energy, right? Because they're moving it. So, but I move it without them even moving. So,
You know what you've inspired? One thing I used to do that I haven't been doing, and now just talking to you, like I'm like obsessively like thinking about it, is I used to warm up to frequency music and do their stretching to it. And now it's been like girls chit-chatting and catching up. And while that's great, I feel like that's right. I'm the healer. I know that I'm doing something grander, and I often will speak about how what I do is not just an exercise class. In fact, it's educational, it's healing, it's hard. It's it's just a slightly different than what people are used to.
Right.
And I feel like I've stepped away from it a little bit. And in a different way. And I'm like, oh my God, that's right. Like I need to, because they don't know what I'm doing, but I know how I'm being helpful, because it is, I can feel the week's worth of pressure just come off of women after they break a sweat, like, or men, or it doesn't matter, but like I can feel that energy being removed, or how I have to physically hold someone's hand or hips to do certain things. Like I'm moving energy in a way, right?
Oh,
like
100%.
right?
You're moving a ton. Yeah.
So I can see how, and I used to have cool downs, and we used to do affirmations. And when I didn't get to say it, but when people are working through fear, most of my job is affirmations.
Yeah.
You can do that. It's like being on top of like my verbs and my cues and my affirmations, and just like utilizing them and like saying it in a pattern. So right when the mind wants to go here, I'm like, whoop.
I love that. Yeah. You're reconnecting those neurons. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back to that.
I love that.
How it goes. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to try it out tomorrow for sure.
I love that.
One of the most important things that Jamie has taught me is that it's just twofold. Number one, how important us light workers are, right? Because it doesn't matter. All 4 of us in the room do something completely different, but what we're doing is we're light for people. One, it's in their vibration. And secondly, is that darkness always follows light. because I was someone, as I stepped into this light, I mean, we know what it feels like to step into light. We don't want it taken away from us. And then all of a sudden we're getting this darkness and we have people around us and we're impacted by things. And I'm a freaking mindset coach. Like, I can push through a lot of crap. But Jamie explained the darkness in a way where I was able to then take that next level, like you, Danielle, like you're taking your weekly classes to the next level now. That's a level up for you. Jamie helped me level up the understanding that, like, the darkness is not bad necessarily. It just goes somewhere, right? Like, we don't, because what we resist persists, right? So we can completely resist being around people who have bad energy. But really, like, if we just flow with the days and we have these people around us, but we have practices like Jamie, working with them regularly, or doing meditation. Like, Jamie will teach you stuff. What I love about Jamie is she teaches you stuff to do on your own. It's not just like, hey, come to me, because I practice the same way. It's like, don't just come to me and do your coaching. Like, I want you doing stuff without me. And Jamie does the same thing, so that when you come to her, you don't have as much darkness.
Right. Because you're right. There's always light with dark, and that's what duality, like, that's the earth, right? Like, that's where we live. Like, that's how it goes. And we are more powerful than any darkness that can be on this earth plane. And it's just the reminder, and that's where the mindset comes in too, right? Is like the reminder that you have all the power. And so you just have to, if we could energetically cleanse ourselves every day, if we had a routine, just like we have our exercise routines, and, like Graham, like your post you just did about your routine in the morning, that's like such an energy shift, right? Like, that's a really awesome routine. If you make sure when you're doing that, for me, I would be like, call in the light to really to get that light going and to sort of transmute that darkness. It's just like the everyday, like washing your face. You just have to do it, and you will always be more powerful than it. And it will always teach you lessons, because that's what we're here for. We have, free will on this earth plane, and we are supposed to be learning our lessons, and we're supposed to be feeling our feelings, and we're supposed to be having gratitude. Right. And so, and letting go, that's like the biggest thing about being here, is we're supposed to, and that's what I think is really cool, Trinity, about what you're doing. And if you think about it, if I was on a ring, that's what I'd be doing, is I would have to be letting go of, sort of the outcome. Like, I would have to let go and trust the universe. And that's really what everything's about. Right.
Yeah. I was just listening
yourself.
to Course in Miracles this morning, and the section that I was listening to was talking about this, where there's dark, that the light, it just makes the dark go away.
Right.
So if you're
that's a vibration,
like that,
right?
yeah, if you're coming with light, like, think of a flashlight. You go into a room, it's dark, and you're a light, and you have the light, all of a sudden it's not dark anymore. You know what I mean? It's that simple.
Well, and that's why people are feeling really good right now, because the sun's out, right? So for me, like, because I do also cleanse homes of dark energy. And so the dark energy will 100%, if I'm there during the day, be in your freaking closets. So kids know what the hell they're talking about, first of all. But because darkness doesn't like light. And so we're the light, right? So as long as we're keeping our vibration up, that's why we have to heal all those parts inside of us, because it will go to the lower vibrational parts inside of us that are unhealed trauma that we have not dealt with.
So true.
The more we heal our trauma, the less this darkness is going to have to hold on to. The more we clean our energy, the less our vibration is going to dip, so it cannot hold on to it. But darkness does not like light, and it's proven when I clean houses, and there always darkness in the closets and in dark spots, because so that's why they come out at night, right? Because they don't, the lighter your house is, the better off. You'll see people that are like always in the dark, like have all their shades drawn. Well, send them to me, because they definitely have an attachment.
do you clean houses virtually, or is that just a thing that you go to?
I do virtually and in person.
Oh, sweet. Okay, we're gonna have to connect.
I have the testimonial for Jamie on cleansing a house. She left here with so much darkness. Now I live in Rain, so I'm a million miles away from her, and she went all the way home with this darkness that she couldn't get rid of. But when she left, it was like my entire world changed. Like, and then she came back and she did it again, and she did like that was a whole next level.
Right.
And it was just incredible because, like she said, kids know. I hope that there's no kids listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
No. So Jamie, never being here before, pointed out those areas where like my son didn't want to go or would complain about being scared about, or I even felt like icky about, or we never went to, you know, a closet that like it had plenty of space in, but I never put anything in. Right.
That's why they say laugh where you've cried. That's like I had to stay in a house with my kids that I had very like bad memories in for like 5 years.
Wow.
And one lady, so this is a friend. I don't think she doesn't have a service like you or anything. She's just that kind of friend. You know what I mean? So she was like, a friend from Florida randomly called her and was like, check on Danielle. She's got these 2 babies. She's in Maine. Just check on her. Make sure my friend's okay. And like literally, so this girl comes, we share a mutual friend. Okay. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Come over. Like I haven't had friends. Anyways, I meet her, we talk, we have so much in common. She leaves. And before she leaves, she's turned, she goes, you need to take that mirror down immediately. And that's it. And left. and I was like, okay, whatever, you know?
Right.
I enjoyed. I actually would look at this mirror before and leaving. And she's like, just move it, clean it and move it and just don't have it there. It stopped like kind of like a nightmare I was having, bizarrely. And then I had a dream about the mirror, and that's how I like correlated the nightmare. Well, she came to my new home randomly, and I watched her kid a couple times when she needed help. And she looked at my teardrop painting and she's like, you need to turn that around. Don't get rid of it, just turn it around. Because you're not sad.
Because you're not sad. I love that. But
I did. And I feel like I just like, I'm not saying it like healed my whole life.
Right.
But it really, like my business started growing. I made harder decisions. I felt more confident in decisions I was making that set boundaries with other people. And it really was like, oh, and that's all she does. She doesn't even, and then she said my rib was like popping and I thought I hernia, and they were like, no, you don't. She's like, oh, no, I think it's your belly. Like, I think it's your stomach. Yeah. I think you just have a rib that's oddly healed wrong, and it's actually your stomach. And it is. And so I have to like physically move my stomach because my rib just happened to be injured and healed wrong. And then I happen to be an aerialist that happens to bend in half all the time. So like, it's like a lot of like, wow.
And we all have that gift of being intuitive like that.
Yeah, I love it, but I love how people can drop it like for other people. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing to be self-aware, but it's another thing to like identify it in other people. And while I do it for people all the time, it's really nice when people do it for me.
Oh yeah,
definitely. And hopefully that is what we're doing here in the podcast, where we're being that for other people. Being that light, and like what you were just talking about, Danielle, that's like part of this whole co-creation thing that we were talking about. And so like, hopefully our listeners are hearing this and realizing that you can have that same thing. Like, listen to this podcast, move that thing that you feel, that intuition, that like, whatever it is. And definitely call Jamie, because she will help you with a lot of that stuff. And Jamie, I appreciate you tremendously. I was so glad to have you on today. And definitely our listeners, reach out to her. We'll have all the contact information. Again, my name is Graham. You can find me online at valuedproductions.com, VALUD Productions, same thing, social media at Valued Productions. Joined with my co-host today.
Hey everyone, Trinity Baker, mindset coach and motivational speaker. If your soul is stuck and you are not taking the action with your body and your mind is a little bit crazy, reach out to me. I'd love to be that person that helps you align your mind, body, and soul. You can find me at thetrinitybaker.com or on your favorite social media platform. Joined with my co-host.
Hi everyone, my name is Danielle. I'm the owner of Ariel Jade. You can find me on arieljade.com or most platforms on Ariel Jade or Ariel Jade Art. And we are here with our guest today.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all of you. You guys are definitely my people, and I love it. Jamie Crane, energy healer at Energy Mend, www.energy-mend.com. And I would love to see you all in a group clearing.
Most definitely.
Ooh.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And to our listeners, make sure that you like and subscribe and follow where all your podcasts are heard. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe and hit the little notification bell so you don't miss an episode. And we'll see you all next week on the Unfiltered Path Podcast.
All right, I'm not going to stop recording.
Yeah.
Stop recording. Jamie,
Guys, that was fun.
awesome. Jamie, this was your second appearance here.
I know. I feel so special.
You are special. You are amazing. Tell us how your second appearance on the podcast was.
It felt awesome. Just more, I mean, like, I'm sure you guys know, like, the more you do something, the more confident you'll feel in it. So, and I'm hoping I'm in the right direction now, because it really bugged me last time when I was straight up and down and you guys weren't.
Oh, what happened?
I don't remember that, but yeah.
You also have fabulous new hair.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was awesome. I love all of you guys, and I think this is a great podcast. And I was excited.
It's different too, because like we become Facebook friends, and then we've met already. So then our lives, we start to interact. And so having you the second time felt like, I hope the listeners could keep up, because it was like a little like more personal almost. It was nice.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, what was your favorite part about being on the podcast?
I think really just telling people the story and hearing you guys' opinion about everything. You always learn from everybody, and just to hear how I feel like we all intertwine together in a lot of ways. It's always very cool. And Danielle, you had some really cool little tidbits there that I was kind of excited about.
Oh no, you were just like the reminder I needed. Like it was just about my class, and just like that we are healers and moving energy. And it was just like a way for me to be more thoughtful in my everyday career. I love that.
Fun.
I'm so glad you came.
It was like always fun.
I was like, I wanted to tell him the driver's license story. Yeah. And so then when I realized it was you, I was like, oh, perfect. I can actually like share this. Awesome. Well, we loved having you, and you can always welcome back, especially if you have like some type of event or a program you want to promote. I love the idea of a group healing. We'll have to discuss that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something in trade.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Or have like a mini like in-person one-to-one, and like go meet her and have.
Yeah, you have to go see.
You should just go down to her place in Saco, Danielle, especially with your knee. Oh my God, you gotta go.
Whoa.
I went in and my shoulder was like, I had pulled my shoulder, and she did a whole session, and she removed a curse from my like side, and it was completely it was fine after.
It has to be true, because like my daughter has hurt her knee like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, stop with the sympathy pain. I'm fine.
It's you're
like,
reflecting
on her.
You know
what I'm saying?
That's,
I would love that. Also, I just got the insurance for each Boys and Girls Club in Portland.
Yeah.
And so I will be doing workshops regularly in Portland.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Soon. So if you ever want to just come and like try it out, let me know.
I would love that. That's
a lot closer.
Yeah.
And I can kind of, and then I hang out with like Bonnie. I don't know what chapter you're in. When I think Southern, I think all of them know each other.
She's not in BNI.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Never mind.
Is it Bonnie? Is it Bonnie and Facial Bonnie?
Yeah, I fucking love her. She's my bro.
I hang out. Yeah, I see Bonnie because we're in the main women's
girl
conference. Yeah,
you should. That's a goal to make happen. So I've almost joined a couple times. And I keep wanting to build a Portland market.
Oh, sure.
But now that I'm going to have physical rigging in Portland, something that's attached to my brand, like I don't want to bring my rig, like none of that.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to have a space.
Yeah.
Now I can actually build that market, and I have every intention on joining that group. Actually.
Oh, awesome! Awesome.
Yes. I love. We have to have like a powwow.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Take a picture.
Oh, I just took a sip of coffee.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh man.
Yeah, my daughter is like my son lives out my mental instabilities.
Sure, right.
And my daughter tends to live out the physical.
Right.
And yesterday I looked at Jot and I was telling him something and I was like, sometimes when I'm or not disciplining, but when I'm speaking to you guys and trying to teach you something, I feel like I'm talking to myself and it's like double.
You are.
Wow.
And it's so annoying sometimes.
Right.
And he was like, what? And I'm like, because when I'm teaching you because you just did something to learn from, I hear myself talking and I'm like, oh my God. It just applies to some like ick behavior I just had like 3 days ago. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Yep, I absolutely know what you mean.
Yeah, so it's a reminder to go back to our tapping and to tap with my kids and make sure that I'm not leaving too much energy on my children either.
Right.
Especially while I'm leaving strong boundaries with family and their dad. You know, like that stuff is like crazy. So
yeah.
Oh, I just needed to see you today, and we'll have to connect. I'm going to Falmouth today, actually.
Yeah.
So I'll be in the Portland area more.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know when you're up. Like, just tell me, and then you can come down, and I'll definitely come to a workshop. That sounds awesome. I am I'm juicing this week, which is really big for me.
Yeah, good for you.
Like, because this is like, when you talk about threes, you know, you do 2 and then that third one is there. That's my third one is my, really concentrating on exercising and eating right. So
we can do it together. I am like off the wagon. You can do it. Yeah. And we have parasites. So you talk about energy. Yeah. Like we usually when you're craving a carb and it's like you shouldn't really be hungry, especially that's not you.
Yeah. Right. And then talk about manipulating, right?
No, yeah. There's actual other living things in your stomach. That's why I said gut should be whatever. But I saw this is what really hit me. One time I saw this science thing where they took MSG, and like other chemicals that are commonly used in like Chinese food and takeout. Sure. And they added like, I think it was like baking soda or something. Yeah. No, it wasn't baking soda. It was something that we regularly consume, and then Pepsi. And it created a lava-like living. It was, I don't know what I mean by living. It was moving.
Yeah.
And after I saw that, they were like, this is what is happening in your stomach. Ugh. And it's crazy to think of, but it's true. And it's hard for people to gather that other living entities or energies or anything could be within us, but it's true.
Right.
And juicing is I haven't done it. I've gained a lot of weight quickly recently, and I know I'm like off. Like,
right. Yeah.
I am like eating.
Figure it out. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, like intentionally just like enjoying eating whatever I want.
Sometimes have to shift those things in order to step up to our next level. Like you had
or to maintain relatable.
Yeah.
Like
right.
As well. Awesome.
Sorry.
Cool.
Yes, I'm so happy. Thank you guys.
Yeah, most definitely. We'll be in touch. I definitely want to hit you up on the house cleaning thing too.
Yeah, just let me know.
You know what, Graham, your place needs to be cleansed.
Yeah, most
Are
definitely.
You in like Lewiston?
I'm in Auburn.
I can come up to you. I really don't mind. I mean, you can do it on Zoom.
If I didn't realize you did it in person, I would definitely like it in person.
I would do that for you. You're doing a ton of shit for me. I would love to pay
that. Yeah,
if you're in the area.
Seriously.
Danielle lives right around the corner from me.
Oh, perfect. Let me know because I don't mind coming up there at all.
Sweet. Cool. Okay, we'll be in touch.
I just cleaned my son's closet the other day, and I'm like, oh, what did I clear out emotionally? We cried like actually, like, this conversation was just what I needed.
I love that.
All right, bye guys.
So good.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Bye,
We'll
guys.
see y'all later.
Thank you.